Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Cacao Conversations with Graciela and Julieta. How are you
Good
this morning, Graciela?
morning. Good, good, good. Another exciting day. It's starting to be fall. Leaves are falling. They're actually making a big giant mess, but they're beautiful. So they're forgiven. How are
Hey, you
things in
probably
South
never raked
Carolina?
leaves before, have you?
I don't know. Maybe when I was a kid, like just for fun. I have a vague recollection of jumping in a pile, but no, not as a grown up. And
Yeah,
now I
I
have
was
kids, honestly, so they'll probably do it. They do all the big labor in the house.
good, good. I was watching this reel probably on Facebook yesterday. Um, I don't know where it was, but like in a zoo or something, there's this man that's like creating this pile of these beautiful red fall leaves. And like once the pile's all created, this giant panda comes in. And like the panda just like rolls and plays in the leaves just like a kid. And I was totally transported back to my childhood because yeah, that was one of the things we looked forward to in the fall was raking up the leaves into a big pile and jumping in them and playing in them and throwing them at each other and we'd create like these, you know, like floor plan layouts like this is our house, but it was just like
Oh,
the rooms were like outlined by the leaves and you know
those are
all the creative things you do as a child.
those are some good tips. I never did that before, but that sounds good to me. We used to make like blanket forts, that I remember doing, but never had enough leaves to do any of that. But definitely where we live now, there are a ton. There are leaves that fell last fall that are still sitting there in a big fluffy pile. And we bought this house when there were no leaves on the trees. So I know that they get down to like the bare branches. So I presume at some point I'm going to walk outside and it's just going to rain leaves on me. Because I don't know, like I don't know how slowly or quickly they all fall, but my guess is that it's all going to come down in a big storm. There's a lot.
I was gonna say like leaves don't generally just like fall all at once like that, they just fall. If there's a big wind, some might fall, but yeah, you're not gonna have this big giant dump of leaves. It happens gradually.
We'll see. There's a lot of trees. I think even if they do it gradually, the fact that they're all doing it together at the same time, I
No,
think it's
yeah,
gonna.
you'll have a culmination of accumulation of leaves on the ground. I'm just saying, you're not going to walk out and be like bombarded by leaves.
As long, leaves are okay. As long as all the spiders and everything else continue to stay outside, I will continue to live in harmony. Then we're good.
That is my other latest obsession um, on social media. There's more than one person doing it, but they have these little, they're called jumping spiders, and they're the cutest.
Yes.
Have you seen them? I
Yes,
like,
they're
they're
adorable.
so freaking adorable.
They're adorable. The fact though
I'm
that they
like,
have the name jumping in their name, like I personally can't do it, but kudos to I know people that have them as pets, and I do think it's adorable. And when people put like little audio and little voices, they voice over with it's hysterical. Like I think it's really cute, but it's cute in their house, not in my house. It's just not my thing. I do have to
oh,
tell you, and maybe you know this off the top of your head, but in the last couple of months, the universe has presented me with two dead birds. One flew into one of our windows, which was really sad. And then the other one, I was going for a walk the other day and I had just ran across a woodpecker that looked pretty, fresh. And I just thought, man, what is the message of the dead bird? And I was thinking it might be transformation. I don't know. Do you happen to know?
I do not know off the top of my head, and I am familiar with that horrible, the sound of the bird hitting the window, and a lot of times they're just stunned and they do get up and go on, but sometimes they were flying too fast and
Yeah, yeah.
they didn't they didn't heed the speed warning.
Yeah. So then
But
I started thinking like, okay, maybe I'm just being gifted a bunch of feathers. And so maybe I should like, figure this out. But then I Googled it and it's like too many ingredients. Like I didn't have it all on hand. But it seems,
oh,
fairly doable, it's like borax and out of water and like a tub, I guess, and you just kind of lay them out in whatever shape you want them in. And I guess when you put it in there and then you dry them out, they get like rock solid. So anyway, not that we were set to discuss taxidermy today, but I thought it was kind of cool.
so what's our question of the day?
Question of the day. How do you celebrate your successes, big or small? That's a big one. I'll let you start.
Well, and what's interesting to me with this question is it really got me aware of the fact that I don't know so much that I actually like celebrate them. And I'm going, I'm missing out. I need to start celebrating. I mean, I
Totally.
think like I acknowledge them and I give gratitude for them, but I don't really do anything for celebrating. How about you?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because this question brings up a lot for me. Number one, as a person that is always trying to like do and go to the next thing, sometimes it's hard for me to stay super present with something that I've accomplished because I feel like, okay, I did it. Great. What's next? Let's go. Like, don't rest on your laurels. Don't stop and, celebrate too long because you'll miss it, And so I probably don't stop long enough to really celebrate per se. And I've always admired those people that do, there's like those people that celebrate. I don't know. I don't think you're one of these, but those people that celebrate their birthday for like a whole month, like you all know who you are. Kudos to you. Like I don't have the wherewithal, like the strength to do that. But I think it's so neat. People that are like, oh, it's Leo season or it's, my birthday month. And they
Well, all
genuinely,
Leos are like that because that's a
well,
Leo
yes,
trait.
yes. Looking at you, Gabby. I see you, Gabby. So she's my biggest Leo. But it's just it's really interesting people that do celebrate their small wins. I don't know. I really can't think of the last time that I was like, yeah, let's go, I don't know, do something. I guess I'm part of the little treat movement. Have you seen that?
No.
So like millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, they give themselves a little treat when they need a pick me up or to celebrate or something like that. So it might be like a Starbucks or, a little tchotchke. Like the other day I got these little guys. Look at this. Tell me this is not adorable. My little air plants, little Day of the Dead air plants, getting ready for Mexico next year.
Yes.
But anyway, so there's this meme where somebody, it was like tweets or whatever, and some like boomer age person was like, these millennials and their little treats, they're ruining society. And, like, it was like a very angry and bitter, statement. And then somebody underneath was like, sounds like someone could use a little treat. So I do love a little treat. It may not be a huge, let's go out to dinner celebration. But I do love myself, a little treat.
They are so cute. But speaking of birthdays, something I saw, this woman, I follow her on Instagram and she is she's very psychic, tuned in, spiritual, communicates with aliens. And but anyway, the other day she was talking about she stopped celebrating her birthday because it is one of the things that ages us. Like it acknowledges that we are getting older, and it's kind of like a whole belief system thing. So if you stop connecting to the fact that you're getting older, you will stop getting older.
Interesting.
So, yeah. And like the other thing that, we should all just celebrate ourselves more. Like, why do we just celebrate ourselves on our birthday? Like, pick any random day to celebrate your existence. And I don't
I
know.
guess for me, it's more like when I think of the word celebrate, I think of something that costs money. And so maybe this is something the audience can tell us, like, what are ways to celebrate yourself that don't involve spending money? Because to me, when you say celebrate, it means like party, go out to dinner, even a little treat, right? How could we celebrate just like with our friends, with our family, hanging out or chatting or whatnot, like what would that look like? Right. Interesting.
Lots of options, lots of possibilities.
Yeah. I don't know.
I
And
feel
it's
like
interesting because
every day
I've
is a
never.
celebration with my cacao.
That's right. When I think about having birthdays, I've never looked at it as aging per se. I've always been like, whoa, made it another year. Incredible. Whoa, still alive. Wow. Except I gotta tell you, this year turning 50, all of a sudden it's like a thing, and it's never been a thing. Like I've never marked like, oh, I'm turning 30, I'm turning 40. Like I've never celebrated milestones, but for some reason this year 50 kind of caught my attention. Probably along the lines of, like, I got things I want to do that I haven't done, and damn, those first 50 years went by fast.
They do go by fast. Um, the birthday milestones that like got me somehow, like turning 28 felt like now I'm really an adult for whatever
Wow.
reason. Like I feel like I went from I'm just a kid pretending to be an adult to all of a sudden like, yeah, I'm full on adult now. And
28. That's really interesting. Where were
yeah,
you
I
at
don't
28?
know why and what was
Hmm.
about that, but that one hit me a little bit. And 50 is definitely one that gets you. But funny, I like watching my dad age, and I don't think his age bothers him as much as like when I turned 50, like that, like I saw the look on his face. It like freaked him out a little bit. Like, holy crap, how am I old enough to have a 50-year-old daughter? So, but I
Yeah.
sent you that picture. If anybody's on Facebook, go check out my dad. He like posted this selfie of him up in the tree stand hunting this week, because deer hunting season is going on up in the north. And yeah, he's up there in the tree taking a better selfie that like I suck at taking selfies. And there he is, like, oh,
Well, he's in a tree. I mean, I imagine being in a tree gives you some pretty good light, right? That's amazing, though. Like the fact that he's
he's
so
got good lighting,
physically
but the
fit.
coordination that it takes to be sitting in a tree stand and do that is
Mhm. I'm just impressed
doing
that,
all right. He's
at
doing
that
all right.
age, he's up in a tree. Like my mom at that age is certainly not. And it's really just, proves the thing we keep talking about, that the more you keep moving and the more you keep your body, in motion, the longer it stays in motion. Um, but speaking of trees, I wanted to share about alohi.
Yes.
So
Nice.
our four elements retreat is up and open on our website, is it not?
Yes, people can go on and um, reserve their spot. You can put a deposit down. You can pay in full. You can do whatever you want, but it is open for registration. Yes.
I should probably mention what Alohi is, since I said the word, but I didn't point it out. So
Yes.
Alohi is a retreat center in northern Georgia mountains, and it is absolutely stunning. I have personally attended a retreat there myself, and it's just so meticulously maintained. It is a family business. It's husband, wife, and then their family members that do every bit of the work on there, from the cooking to the cleaning to, and you know how I am, right? Like I go into places and I'm instantly looking for whatever's dirty. Like if I had the white glove, I would like run my finger across corners and things like that. And I did that when I was there because I was like, this is out in the woods. There's no way that this place is clean. And I'm telling you, it was absolutely spotless. The food was phenomenal. They will literally make food just for one person if that person has a specific allergy or special request. So I remember they would have in a so we're going to have it catered to where we're staying. They're going to bring us the food and we'll serve it, kitchen family style. But they will literally make a separate little plate that says, Jane's, gluten-free, whatever, and accommodate everybody, which to me is so amazing that they can do that
Yeah.
on an individual basis.
So let's tell them a little bit about Four Elements and what's behind that.
Do it.
So, what's interesting to me, the elements, and there is some differences between some cultures, but this concept of the four elements and that, everything consists of these four elements runs across many traditions. But we've got fire, water, earth, and air are the four elements that we're dealing with. And each of them have, I don't feel like doing an education on the actual elements and what they're about today, but it's interesting to me, like as you develop like deeper and deeper understandings of the elements and how they affect you and how they affect everything around you, they're magical tools to integrate into your life. And we're calling this Four Elements Alchemy. Awaken the goddess within. And so we'll definitely be using these elements and teaching you how to integrate them into your life and to use them to create the life that you want, create the you that you want. And what better place to do that than this gorgeous venue where we're going to be able to connect with Mother Earth, and there's waterfalls there for us to connect with the water element, and all that fresh air being out of the city, and we'll be playing with fire too in a very safe way.
Thank you. That safety appeals to me. And I'm really excited that I'm going to be able to lead a forest therapy excursion, and that we're going to do sound bath, and really just get to be together because this is a limited retreat. Our other retreats have been open, pretty much to however many people want to come. This one has a cap. There is absolutely an intention and a limit to the number of people that can join. Number one, physical space, but number two, just the intimacy of what we want to create. Our last retreat was so beautiful and so amazing, and everyone, I cannot wait to share these testimonials that they were just so heartfelt. And I guess one of the things that I love so much is how ready and willing our participants are. These are people that are successful in their lives. They're doing a pretty good job, and they have areas that they want to do better in, areas that, I remember years ago, my son was asking to go to the chiropractor, and he goes, "Mom, I feel good, but I want to feel great," And I was like, man, out of the mouth of babes, right? Like, that's my life. Like, am I content? Yes. Do I feel good in my life? Absolutely. Am I happy and proud of all the things and ways of being and all of that? Yes, absolutely. But do I know that there's another level? Abso-fucking-lutely. And that's what I want to, that's where I want to know. Like, you know what you're missing. I know that person is happier than me. How do I get to be that happy? But then you don't know what you don't know. And that to me is the beauty of all of these portals, right? These four elements, and where they can lead us, to places that we haven't even imagined yet. How exciting is that?
That is so exciting. I can't
So
wait.
yes, so much planned. Anyway, we'll have to do like a whole separate webinar and kind of go into a little bit more detail and tell a little bit more about what we have planned. But definitely take advantage of the early bird. That's all I can say. Take advantage of the early bird, get your plans in, get your flight in. It's going to be cool.
Yay. All right. Have we talked enough today?
I mean, you know, we could talk forever.
We
But I
could
feel
talk together
complete.
forever, but we got things to do too. We got some planning to do. So, anyway, if anyone has any questions about the retreat or anything else that's coming up, reach out always, and we're happy to chat with you. And with that, I'm just going to wish everybody a very magical day.
Bye.